All right. Looks good. We're rolling. Back with another video here. This is extremely fun to talk about because everybody's in a tizzy, in a tiff right now. Like I said in the last video, if you've been under a rock, you weren't paying attention to what was going on this weekend. Donald Trump was talking about the tariff revenue and basically creating a dividend from that tariff revenue of at least, as he says, $2,000 a person, not including high income people. This pinned right here is the tweet. I'm going to read it off to you real quick just in case you are not able to see the screen. So, people that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever, in all caps, ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, all caps, $37 trillion. I think it's actually 38. Record investment in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, in parentheses here, not including high income people, with the exclamation point, in parentheses, will be paid to everyone. Okay, so that was the tweet that Trump shot out. And it's giving a lot of people, it's reminiscent of during the pandemic, whenever the talk of stimulus checks was thrown around. And I don't know if you guys remember whenever Trump was campaigning, but there was also whispers of like a sovereign wealth fund, right? If you don't know what a sovereign wealth fund is, I can totally make a video on it. Very interesting concept. Alaska actually is a great American example of a kind of like a sovereign wealth fund. But I digress. Basically, if you don't remember, during the pandemic in 2020, there was a stimulus check that went out, $1,200, I believe it was. And it was meant to stimulate the economy, to get things moving again, because people were freaking out, thinking that this was actually the end of days and the Spanish flu type situation was going to make its rounds around the world, and people were just in a collective psychosis. It was just a wild time, right? So it's just, hear me out. So everybody saw this tweet go out and is thinking, oh, we're going to receive a direct deposit, kind of like last time. This is fantastic. Donald Trump didn't specify what high income people meant. And obviously, I think that was deliberate. I don't think that he's that he has no idea. I mean, maybe, but I just think it's, leaving gray area gives you wiggle room, right? So a lot of people were running with this idea. They were talking about how this is going to absolutely take the stock market up, and things are going to go crazy, and this is incredible, and Bitcoin's going to fly, and all of these different things. And quickly, up the heels of this statement, Scott Bessent actually made a little bit of a statement. I found this tweet here. This like screen cuts off, so I can't find the person. If I can find them, their handle, I'll be sure to tag them in the description of this video. I disagree with everything on it. I just wanted to get a screen clip. He says that Monday we'll see a correction in the stock market. I actually don't think that that's going to be the case, but the $2,000 dividend is not going to be a traditional stimulus check. Okay, so Scott Bessent got on television and basically ran extreme damage control. And he was saying that the $2,000 dividend could come in lots of forms and lots of ways. It could simply be the tax decreases, right? So the no tax on tips, the no tax on overtime, all of those concepts that he'd been discussing with Trump. They've been fielding these ideas. No tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans, etc., etc. And he specifically did not mention any form of check like we had with the last stimulus. So what's interesting is this actually could, like it says in the tweet, net out to being less than $2,000 in stimulus to each person that is lower income, or excuse me, not high income, in the words of Trump himself. And so I don't want you to get too far ahead of yourself, right? This is not necessarily a massive influx of capital just going straight into the stock market or into digital assets. This is not a fleshed out idea. It's more like an incoherent rambling. And, something interesting for the people who don't remember or don't know, in the event that, midterms are coming up and somebody has to sweeten the deal and we do end up getting stimulus checks. For those of you who were wise enough to actually invest your stimulus check during the pandemic into Bitcoin, you turned $1,200 into about 20 Banderinos. So I'm just letting you know right now, if you think that $2,000 check is, if it hits your account and you're saying, oh, I'm going to use it on a 50-year mortgage, you are making a massive, massive mistake. You're just basically siphoning that money into a bank, your local mortgage broker's bank account. But if you put it into hard assets, that's, 2/100ths of a Bitcoin at this current price. It won't be here for much longer, I can tell you that. So I just want you to, take into consideration that everything you're seeing on the headlines is not fully accurate, okay? Just because Trump is saying that, it's going to be $2,000, he's being vague intentionally. He's leaving his options open. And just because that $2,000 check comes in doesn't mean that it's a wise investment to go ahead and pick up that 50-year mortgage. Oh my goodness, do not lose sight of the mission. Do not lose sight of the goal. We're opting for ownership, not debt slavery. And, we don't want to rely on government checks as money, but if it does come in, we're going to do the smart thing with it. Because I can tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. In the event that does, Trump pulls the strings, we get the government back open and Trump pulls the strings and we do manage to get that as a $2,000 check, digital assets, the stock market, everything is going to run. It is going to run big time. And the people who were diligent, the people who were still stacking and weren't just solely relying on that check to be the end all be all, I can tell you with abject certainty, they will be much, much better off. So I don't want to make this video super long either. This is just letting you know a little bit of information about what happened during the weekend, right? So, be smart out here. Don't get tripped up. Don't get tripped up. Do not let all of the shiny new financial instruments trip you up. Do not let, hopes and dreams for a $2,000 check screw you up. And please, for the love of God, if it does come in as a check, don't spend it on stuff that you don't need. Don't do that. This is a great opportunity for you to actually be able to stack something. I already have made videos on saving your first $1,000. Why would you squander $2,000 in the event that it does come in as a check, right? I doubt it would come in as a check, but in the event that it does, be wise, okay? So with that, short and sweet and to the point, stimulus has been fielded. It is now on the table, and they are just trying to figure out what will be the best way to distribute this so-called stimulus from the tariffs. So that's all I got for you today, y'all. Want to keep it, like I said, short and sweet. If you got any questions or if you want to talk about anything, please drop a comment. I would love to kind of go into this, but I just want to give you the surface level, what to expect, right? It's probably going to be pitched out as, the tax breaks and the no tax on tips and Social Security, less so than a direct deposit coming in to you, okay? So don't get your hopes up. Hope you're having a good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are, whenever you are, however you are. I hope you're well, okay? We'll be back like we never left this upcoming week, and I hope you guys have a fantastic time in between now and the next video drop. Peace.